years, 1236, and we're on a quest to find new worlds and put them to the test. Our ship, the crimson galaxy, shines so bright, guiding us forward through the endless night. 10 more years till we reach Trappist shore. Dreams of discovery keep us wanting more. We're hopeful as the stars align. A future bright is ours to find. Through the void we'll boldly go, chasing light with hearts aglow. Steady sun, through the dark we cruise along. Every system running right, fueled by dreams and endless light. 10 more years till we reach Trappist shore. Dreams of discovery keep us running more. We're hopeful as the stars align. A future bright is ours to find. Through the void we'll boldly go, chasing light with hearts aglow. As the stars align, our future bright is ours to find. Through the void we'll boldly go, chasing light with hearts aglow. Spin, but the north has gone stale. Just a series of sunsets that leave no trail. I wake up to the ticking of a rusted clock. Listen for a key that won't turn into lock. Each morning is a carbon copy of the last. A heavy anchor dropped from a ghost ship mast. We are gliding for the high altitude blue, searching for a glimpse of something extra new. But what is the cargo and where is the shore when we don't recognize the horizon anymore? The engines are humming on a monotonous tune under the gaze of a hollow white moon, moving so fast yet standing perfectly still, a vacant flight governed by a A whole vessel that has forgotten how to sing. The milestones are buried under heaps of dust. My gears are turning through a layer of rust. I look at my hands and they belong to a machine, processing sights that I haven't really seen. We are gliding through the high altitude blue, searching for a glimpse of something actually new. But what is the cargo and where is the shore when we don't recognize the horizon anymore? The engines are humming someone not in tune under the gaze of a hollow white moon, moving so fast it's standing perfectly still. A vacant flight governed by a fading will. The porthole frames of static silver glare. 1,000 days of recycled oxygen air. We map the constellations by their names, but drifted further than the stars we tamed. The gravity we simulated felt so real before the silence started its slow steal. Your bunk is just a shadow down the hall, a sanctuary behind a titanium wall. The laughter that once rang through every vent has vanished like the fuel that we have spent. We share the rations, but we trade no words, like frozen wings of migratory birds. We used to be inseparable in the deep. Now we have secrets that we have to keep. The bond we forged in zero G has snapped. In different orbits we are tightly trapped. The vacuum outside isn't nearly as cold as the jagged edges of a hand you won't hold. We used to be inseparable in the deep. Now we have secrets that we have to keep. The bond we forged in zero G has snapped. In different orbits we are tightly trapped. The vacuum outside isn't nearly as cold as the jagged edges of a hand you won't hold. New faces whisper in the Cali light. Alliances are shifting in the night. Jealousy is a heavy metal weight, dragging us toward a solitary state. You found a corner for a private pact, leaving our history as a broken fact. I watch the radar blips of where you go, a toxic current moving fast and low. The airlock is a boundary of our pride, with nowhere left for anyone to hide. 3 years of light speed travel just to find the wreckage of the hearts we left behind. I avoid your corridor when you are there. The atmosphere is thick within despair. We survived the solar flares and meteor rain, only to succumb to this internal strain. The mission log will say we reached the goal, but omit the hollow craters in my soul. We used to be inseparable in the deep. Now we just secrets that we have to keep. The bond we forged in zero G has snapped. In different orbits we are tightly held. The vacuum outside isn't nearly as cold as the jagged edges of a hand you won't hold. I used to be inseparable in the deep. Now we have secrets that we have gravity that holds the fraying wire. The only heat source in a world of frozen fire. I lean so hard against your frame, I hear the splintering wood, mistaking a narrow door for the only neighborhood. Now every silence is a cliff and every sigh a landslide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere else to hide. The calendar is empty of the faces I once knew. The garden path is overgrown with shadows of just you. A close circuit of two mirrors reflecting back the same, until the smallest flicker starts to feed a raging flame. When the outside stops its humming and the city turns to stone, the weight of one heartbeat feels like too much to bear alone. You are the gravity that holds the fraying wire, the only heat source in a world of frozen fire. I lean so hard against your frame, I hear the splintering wood, mistaken a narrow door for the only neighborhood. Now every silence is a cliff and every sigh a landslide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere else to hide. A misplaced word becomes a stone that tears the roof away. We sharpen every blunt remark to keep the ghost at bay. If you should turn the handle or if you should ever leave, there is no air remaining for a dying just to hear. The scarcity of others makes the present much too loud. A single drop of rain feels like the rupture of a cloud. You are the gravity that holds the fraying wire, the only heat source in a world of frozen fire. Hiding so hard against your frame, I hear the splintering wood, mistaken a narrow door for the only neighborhood. Now every silence is a cliff and every sigh a landslide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere else to hide. You are the gravity that holds the fraying wire, the only heat source in the world of frozen fire. Lines go hard against your frame, I hear the splintering wood, mistaking a narrow door for the only neighborhood. Now every silence is a cliff and every sigh a landslide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere else to hide. This artificial sky. There is no distance in this deep, even in the hours meant for sleep. The privacy of skin has come undone. I am the many and I am the one, visible and frantic in the glare, breathing in the ghost of shared air. A nervous twitch in a boundless frame where no one whispers but I know my name. wire. I try to hide in the back of my mind, but there are no secrets left to find. You are walking through my memory lane, checking the pulse of everything. The static builds inside the bone. The heaviest weight is never being alone. Total exposure in a vacuum seal, losing the sense of what is real. There is no distance in the steep, even in the hours meant for sleep. The privacy of skin has come undone. I am the many and I am the one, visible and frantic in the glare, breathing in the ghost of shared air. A nervous twitch in a boundless frame, where no one whispers but I'll know my name. The gravity is folded like a tired map, leaving my marrow to drift in the hollow gap. My limbs are stretching into unfamiliar lines as the heavy world beneath us slowly declines. The density of being starts to fade and fray, and the silver quiet where the anchors give way. I touch the fiber of a shifting frame. The geometry of pulse no longer feels the same. Fibers thinning out like ghosts in the dark, leaving behind the solid and the stark. I look at the shadow cast against the steel and wonder which version of the flesh is real. This weightless state is a bitter kind of grace, looking for a home in a stranger's face. I'm shedding the skin that I used to know. All the tides of the blood forget how to flow, watching the others drift in perfect form while I break apart in this silent storm. I stare at the glass until the vision blurs, searching for the motion that no longer stirs, comparing the breath of a shoulder, a thigh, to the ghosts of the giants who used to walk by. They seem to hold the fort with such effortless ease, while I am brought low by the lack of a breeze. An alienation deep within the bone, a kingdom of souls sitting on a throne. Every reflection is a trial and a theft, counting the pieces of the self that are left. Obsession is a needle that sews up the mind, leaving the warmth of the breathing behind. This weightless state is a bitter kind of grace, looking for a home in a stranger's face. I am shedding the skin that I used to know. All the ties of the blood forget how to flow, watching the others drift in perfect form. While I break apart in this silent storm. maps are redrawn while the ink is still wet. A hunger for something you haven't found yet. The compass is spinning in a directionless scale. The anchors are dragging and the rigging is frail. The garden is shifting its colors at night, changing the shadow to hollow out light. A sudden restriction on a well-beaten road, a heavy addition to a carry-on load. The silence is thick where the laughter once ran, a crack in the glass of a masterwork plan. You look at your hands and they feel like a graft. A stranger is steering this makeshift craft. The pendulum swings through a darkening hall. The pride of the climb and the sting of the fall. What was once holy is cast through the dust, a burden of fever and the failure of trust. The lines in the sand are becoming a wall, and nobody answers the frantic call. And crossed over borders you swore you would keep. Now secrets are buried 1,000 feet deep. The mirror is crooked and the vision is blurred by the weight of a promise and the ghost of a word. The fruit on the branch has a bit of new skin. Where do the virtues end and the vices begin? The tension is pulling the wires to the core. A knocking that won't go away from the door. A clock on a mantle is counting the cost of every connection and bridge back was lost. The pendulum swings through a darkening hall. The pride of a climb and the sting of a fall. What was once holy is cast through the dust, a burden of fever and a failure of trust. The lines in the sand are becoming a wall, and nobody answers the frantic call. The frantic call. The pendulum swings through a darkening hall. The pride of the climb and the sting of the fall. What was once holy is cast to the dust, a burden of fever and a failure of trust. The dashboard glows in a cold electric blue. I have held the steering wheel until my hands became blue. The stars are static markings on a map I cannot fold. I am the ticking of the clock, just doing what I'm told. The coordinates are etched inside the marrow of my bones. A living ghost of man lost in silent frequencies. I used to have a name that sounded like motion with no face behind the glare. The uniform is swallowed up, the skin that used to feel. The only truth remaining is the turning of the wheel. When the pilot is the plane and the driver is the road, who carries the weight of the heavy human load? When the spirit is a gear and the soul is lost to key, there is nothing left of you and there is nothing left of me. We are fading into functions in the hollow of the dark, searching for a fire when we have traded every spark. I look into the glass, but only see the fuel gauge rise. The vacuum of the galaxy has occupied my eyes. I am a navigator defined by every curve and turn, with no more bridges left behind for me to even burn. I am a steady pulse upon a screen of jagged white, a ghost of pure direction moving through the endless night. Strip away the title and the metal shelter case, leave behind the patterns of these mechanical days. The silence is a mirror that I'm terrified to face in this vast and lonely stretch of unremembered space. When the pilot is a plane and the driver is a road, who carries the weight of a heavy human load? When the spirit is a deer and the soul is just a key, there is nothing left of you and there is nothing left of me. The morning gavel falls without a sound. 1,000 heavy eyes are fixed upon the ground. The manual says to smile and I comply, but there's a flicker of a shadow in my eye. I pull the chair and take my seated place behind the polished glass and the frozen face. The words are measured out in equal weight, while something in the corner starts to agitate. The ladder leans against the hollow wall. We climb it just to prove we will not fall. The signatures are tried before they hit the page. I calculated come inside a quiet cage. Is it gravity or just a heavy hand that keeps us shifting like the desert sand? I'm on my head because the clock is moving on, but the spirit of the thing is long since gone. The logic is a bridge that leads to nowhere fast, a hollow architecture built to last. I'm asking why beneath the bated breath, while certainty is barred to sudden death. Is it gravity or just the heavy hand that keeps us shifting like the desert sand? I nod my head because the clock is moving on, but the spirit of the thing is long since gone. The logic is a bridge that leads to nowhere fast, a hollow architecture built to last. I'm asking why beneath the bated breath, while certainty is born to sudden death. It isn't fire and it isn't jagged stone. It's the slow erosion of a marrow in the bone. The rules are etched in silver on the door, but I don't recognize the hallway anymore. Yes, it's just a placeholder for doubt, a way to let the weary tension out. I watch the ink settle in a jagged line, tracing out a map that isn't mine. The ladder leans against a hollow wall. We climb it just to prove it gravity or just a heavy hand that keeps us shifting like the desert sand? I numb my head because the clock is moving on, but the spirit of the thing is long since gone. The rocket is a bridge that leads to nowhere high, a whole architecture built to lie. I'm making wine beneath the bated breath. Our certainty is part of sudden death. The ozone scent of rain on concrete veins, the friction of a wool sleeve against the wrist, static grains on a screen where a garden remains, now only a ghost in a graphite mist. The gravity of home is a phantom weight, a heavy coat I can no longer find, locked outside the blue planetary gate with a hollow compass spinning in my mind. The rustle of dry leaves in a backyard park, the grit of ocean sand between the toes. It all dissolves into the velvet dark, where the silent soul of the wind forever blows. I stare at lost paper and chemical dyes, but the frozen faces offer no relief. They are strangers with familiar glass eyes, shadows of a life that was far too brief. Some built a cathedral of golden lies, where the grass was emerald and the air was sweet. They map out the shapes of vanished skies and pave with diamonds every dusty street. Others cut, tether and drift away, strapping the blackboard of the soul quite clean. The light of 1,000 years in a single day, erasing every forest and every shade of green. The tactile truth of a luller's palm, the sharp cold snap of a winter breath. In this metal cradle of sterile calm, we undergo a slow and aimless death. We are children of a forgotten womb, floating in a jar of endless black, turning the carpet into a marble tomb, knowing there is no signal to lead us back. Oh, the sensory frame of the earthly road, the steady leak of the atmospheric dream. We are losing the handle and using the stove, tumbling down a lightless lunar stream. The textures are phoning out into the void, the melodies are breaking on low. Every anchor in harbor has been destroyed, leaving only the aching and the null. Memory is a traitor in a pressurized suit, feeding us oxygen and filtered grace. But the tree of history has no root in the vacuum of this unpapered space. Is it better to worship a distorted sun, or to burn the maps and let the darkness win, before the total blackout has begun and the final loss of skin on skin? Oh, the sensory frame of the earthly road, the steady love, coffee, atmospheric dream. We are losing the handle and losing the stove, tumbling down a lightless lunar street. Textures are thinning out into the void, the melody I built a kingdom out of being nowhere at all, a ghost in the transit of 1,000 stations. Now the engine slows and the illusions fall against the weight of long delayed revelations. The key is heavy and the lock is cold. Will the garden recognize my weary stride? Or am I a story that has already been told, with nothing left but the silence inside? Does the destination even have a chair for me, or did the rooms learn to breathe on their own? I am a prisoner of the distance, finally free, scared to be a seed that is actually sown. The paradox of the doorstep is a jagged knife, cutting through the miles I used to claim. How do I inhabit the hollow of a life when I no longer remember my own name? Does the destination even have a chair for me, or did the rooms learn to breathe on their own? I am a prisoner of the distance, finally free, scared to be a seed that is actually sown. The paradox of the doorstep is a jagged knife, cutting through the miles I used to claim. How do I inhabit the hollow of a life when I no longer remember my own name? 10 years of running was a sturdy disguise, a way to avoid the mirror in the hall. Now the arrival is stripping away the lies, and the ceiling feels like it is about to fall. I am a stranger knocking on my own fate, checking the pulse of a house that stands still. The hour is early, but the soul is late, climbing the peak of its final hill. Does the destination leave its half a chair for me, or did the rules learn to breathe on their own? I am a prisoner of resistance, finally free, scared to be a seed that is actually sown. The gravitas of the doorstep is a jagged knife, cutting through the miles I used to crave. How do I inhabit the hollow of a life when I no longer remember my own name?